Fisher, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it greatly.
Is this true? Is this true?
Yeah, I seem to be
Close
seeing
enough.
it.
That would kill someone.
So, yeah. I'm just at the limit. I'm just at the fucking limit material-wise. Because of all the particle systems, despite, you know, everything, it's just, it adds up fast.
Yeah, I wish there was a way to make it so that different particles, if they had the same effect on them, they would use the same material slot.
That would be nice, because, for example, if I shoot my lightning bolt with this hand, it's like 3 particles, right? So that counts as 2 materials, but I have it on this hand too, so I could shoot with either hand. So now, boom, that's 6 materials, right? So it's like, you sons of bitches. Yeah.
I think there's a unity issue though. Like if you could.
Now I could optimize some stuff. Like the frost one is separate from the fire one. It's the same mesh. I just uses a different material. I could animate the material change on the particle system. So, but that's just like it's like all this intricate work just to get an arbitrary number down, which I don't know. But I don't know. I need to consolidate spells again or something somehow eventually. Because if I do the large water wall and the little water wall, they're both different systems. So therefore, yeah.
Yeah, but that could hypothetically be a scale from 0
Because I can't trust the gate. Because if you look towards me, it like the one day what it was that I walked into the main hall and the headmistress was like, Rex, disable your magic, and I'm like, huh? Because I dropped the water wall down at the med bay and left it there in case someone snuck in, right? But because she wasn't looking at me, it appeared way later, and so it was inside the med bay or the main hall.
You know that thing that you did with the OSC to make it so it syncs with lay joiners? Is that
I don't have that on Rex, but I have it on Marcus.
Is that hypothetically, would that work and stop things like that?
Look at this dude. Look at this dude.
Yes and no. The reason I have
Because you need something.
First off, it's for a singular
Yeah, I wanted to let you know you're a cool dude.
Currently in character of dropping 3 different walls.
Fair enough.
Eventually want to consolidate and merge it, so it's a
Kind of cringe.
I
What
can
the
do this
fuck?
in character. In character, that would get my head cut off, which would be
Yes, it
funny
would.
because it wouldn't kill me.
The issue is
It would only be a start.
Then it'd be like, huh? Normally they die after this point.
We'd find other methods.
Such as keeping you in a very
Go,
warm
finally.
room.
So the only other way around that would be I'd have to do a performance cube or make it so I
Would that even do anything?
Let's go. For anyone, so it's the way I've been doing it. I don't know. Unless it's
Depends on how hot we're talking about.
Okay.
Eventually, I'd probably say it'd probably eventually be an issue depending on the temperature, but at least in water, she's supposed to kind of have a little bit of like a resistance to that because
I was gonna say during the
water.
the training or the punishment yesterday, I I was watching someone's POV, and you were like, "I'm gonna take down my water wall."
And we
but
just
on their
melt
POV,
through the
they were saying,
bars.
Acid.
So I put it up
Eat
in
the
character
door.
in front right now.
Eat the door,
Like,
just
we were in the
like
fight, but we were RPing, it was still up.
just like other
So-
times.
Attach the chromatic glass and then flamethrowers around you, so you just get really, really hot.
Because we didn't have the barrier up, so
Oh,
I was like,
chromatic
dude,
glass is
yeah,
involved,
even
that
straight
just-
shot in the head, dude. Imagine
I won't
that's how
say
you die
anything,
in
but-
Ascension, you just get a random bullet in the head because the barrier's not up. It's like,
Hey Respawn, how you doing?
I'm
Slides.
doing alright.
Oh no,
Good, good.
Imagine a random bullet from Hannah just hit someone in the head and they die. Like, that would be the most, literally.
My body aches from doing those exercises yesterday. Fuck.
That was fucking
Exactly.
hilarious when the I think it was the Lux versus Ryder fight. The laser just cut across the top of the lighthouse, and someone was like, "Oh fuck, Crescent."
I know,
Or not the lighthouse, but lighthouse.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's what you meant.
Did you get a message from Silent giving a basic overview of what's expected of us today?
Yeah, very, very basic. Yeah.
Fair enough. To be fair, the last bit of it of us,
Oh, actually, Conflict, do you happen to know if they're
I probably shouldn't say too much, but the ending doesn't make a lot of sense to me because I feel like we'd still.
Those are the ones for
But at the same time, like, it makes sense, but maybe we leave it off on a note of we're keeping an eye on you or whatever,
Yeah.
you know?
Maybe we could go to Army of Darkness 2 and mention about it in there.
Good idea, let's do that.
Yeah, the way the books work now is every page is a texture. That way we can have the nice trim and like actually.
Yeah.
That's,
Because what I was messaged was, to summarize just to the end of it, we found out the box is empty. It's suggested by Finn that potentially the faculty are the problem, not the students, thus sparing the students. And then apparently we agree with that and leave, which doesn't make a lot of sense, because if it's a faculty issue, that's a much bigger deal. A few cadets
Yeah.
being rowdy, that's one thing. Actual staff at the school that is making, new soldiers practically,
Yeah.
much bigger issue. So us shipping out doesn't make a lot of sense, but I can understand them, not wanting to keep us around forever.
I mean, I don't mind sticking
So I think-
around too much because I don't really have much else to do. Obviously, you might have something to do, but
Yeah.
I don't remember having it this high, man.
But I figured, we probably go with the plan,
I'm speaking.
but we still leave it
Both
off of a
nerds.
note of, like, this is a much greater problem than we first thought.
yeah,
We're going
especially
to-
considering we were told the option of.
I'm assuming you're both in Discord together.
I'm assuming the darkness portal and other things even.
Yeah,
removed, maybe
yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe it's still there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who
We're
knows?
collaborating and
Pog.
all this stuff.
Plotting.
plotting.
We're two minds. We're two minds are thinking alike. We'll never know. You're on Discord, calling everyone fucking like, you're a nerd, go fuck yourself.
Oh no,
Just
we're trying to
like,
decide who
nodding
to
at each other.
punish next.
Still technically increase file size.
I
Oh,
jest.
damn.
But fair enough.
That's a mood.
I think they were pre.
Or am I? Hmm.
Goes
Discovery's
left.
told me that. So.
Dun dun dun.
But yeah,
Alright.
just a.
Pumped.
This is a
I'm
bigger
ready
matter
for
than we
today, let's
thought.
go.
We are going to return
Yeah, fair.
and report this directly to the top,
Yeah.
and expect that our department will be keeping an eye on this school for the
Mm.
future. Just something like that,
Yeah, that's kind of how I imagine it would go because, like, we were told that we could essentially threaten to have the headmistress replaced.
Yeah.
Which was just like, if we're threatening to have her replaced and we find out that the faculty itself is the one who is the issue regarding these artifacts, wouldn't we want to step in and be like, look, if the
Yeah.
artifacts aren't found soon, we will replace all of you.
Fair.
At least that's what my mindset is. Maybe there's like some other
we
machinations
go
going
and
on,
we-
which I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah. We let them know that I stick with clean up your matters. Just tell. Fuck it. I'm not gonna try to do the voice, and I gotta like plan the line in my head before I try to say it.
Mhm.
But basic idea of just make sure to clean up your mess, fix this issue. In the meantime, we're going to make sure our higher ups know how badly you fucked up. And we'll see what comes of it.
Yeah, it'd probably be the case of, oh, we're just told it's cadets, and then it's the faculty, and it's like, oh, we best report to our higher ups then to see how they want to deal with this situation.
Yeah.
So I guess that could be where it goes, and that's what's the cause of it being.
If one of your own professors, one of your teachers, is a subversive, then who knows how much higher up it could go.
Mm.
So, stealth,
Alright, here we go, guys.
Yeah, you get the
Yeah, what
idea.
is it? Pretty much
If nothing
whatever
else,
they do,
follow
they
my
got
lead,
shot.
you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Or
be
do your own thing. I don't mean to act like I'm in charge and I know what I'm doing. I'm just really good at improvising.
No, yeah, I understand that. I'll just be antagonistic because apparently I'm good at doing that.
Fair enough.
There's
Also,
a lot
we're
of
probably
things.
going to be starting at the Ironclad since that's where our spot is.
Yeah, that's where our
Our
quarters
room.
are.
I'm going to sit down.
I'm probably gonna get a drink and use the restroom very quickly. So
By all means.
if they come over and ask for me, then well, I'll be back in
I'll
the
say something,
briefly. Yeah. Maybe not.
Yeah, that did sound like the bell or something.
Man, worshipping never felt so fast.
Yep, I suppose we should probably go and listen in on a meeting, I guess. And you literally just sat down as well.
I literally just sat down.
Hey, Partly. Hey, NS. I mean, you already been here for a while, NS, but I just decided to say hello to you specifically again.
Green table's empty. Go there. Just one person.
That crashed me out real good.
Hello, everybody.
Fuck you as well, Ines.
My only thing I have is the punished parties. If you could please report to the arena for the
Punished?
beginning stuff. That's where you were starting. Everyone else, you can start where you left off. Nothing else on map related stuff for me. So, you got one. What's wrong with the chalkboard? Oh, yes, you have to go up to the chalkboard and wiggle them. Yeah. I forgot totally about that. Yep.
No.
Alright, everybody, we get to your positions, and we will start.
Hello, darlings. So little change of plans. Headmistress will not be there. Kay's gonna be exactly where the headmistress would have been. So they're gonna be the one that convinces you / talks to / things. You guys will start in the arena with us. Okay, so you can just go right over here.
Okay, straight to the arena. Alright.
And you can just press
To the arena.
CDM button. The CDM button right there. Okay, and I'll be right there.
Right.
Demon just erupt.
Well, that expedites things a bit.
Yes, things will be rushed along.
I'm using bigger, lesser used words because I'm playing an upper class prick.
Yes, I want to do the same, but yeah, not well versed and
That's alright.
memorizing such large words. It's not every day I get to play a high-ranking
know.
official.
Fair. I don't even necessarily have them memorized. It's more just my brain just spits the next word I'm supposed to say at me. I'm like, yes, I'm pretty sure that's the right one.
Yeah, I'm kind of similar in a sense as well. Is this the right word? I'm using the right
Just
word?
string
I hope
sentences
so.
God, yeah. The trick is doing it for so long that you don't make mistakes.
Yeah.
I used to make mistakes all the time. My sister would just make fun of me constantly because I'd say the wrong one.
Is she like a English teacher or something?
No. She's just my sister.
I see.
And I was a kid who used words he didn't know the definitions of. Not as well as he should have, anyways.
Imagine we probably wouldn't be standing in the center. We'll probably be standing on the off a little bit.
Oh, maybe not. Depends on how important we feel.
Or if in the middle of the arena, it's kind of promoting people to just
I mean,
attack us, I guess.
I guess. I mean, if they want to try.
I'm unsure if cards are up, if I'm 100% honest.
I'm sure one way or another, these matters will sort themselves out.
Let's hope so. It doesn't seem our presence has improved the situation. The students are still unruly. Even during the punishment, some of them were very vocal about their disdain.
If the school did not give such results, I doubt it would have lasted this long.
Yes, although I think some reforms are needed. Perhaps something to mention to the board of directors.
Perhaps.
At least I was trained enough to know how to get information. If only they could give respect when it's due. I think a few of the students are doing their morning routines. Should probably get off the track. Kinda wish I got a refill on my drink. Also went to the restrooms. There's only gonna be a quick scene anyway, so I'm sure I have the time to do such things later on. Just have to hold it, I guess. Although, if I'm quite honest, it makes speaking in a higher tone to be a bit more difficult. Alas, that's just how it goes. I need to be a bit more conscious and aware of my pronunciation as well as my tone. I dropped too low in the last time I did this. Although, then again, this is going to be a one-off occurrence. I doubt I'll be back after today. Which would be a shame. So I must enjoy the role I've been given.
Were you not satisfied enough with yesterday's display?
It was adequate, I suppose.
I don't feel like it's truly done until we, well, get what we came for, so to speak. The return of the chest, an admission of guilt, something of the sort.
So you would like me to proceed until you get what you came for?
That is why we are here.
It is a very dire matter.
I fail to see how these methods are going to bear fruit for you.
It's not like the punishments prior have bared much more fruit. I believe a change of method is what's needed and necessary.
If I may, sir. Cadet Lyra states that there is some sort of development with the headmistress. Should we not confirm the information, perhaps? Maybe something's failed to be communicated, sir.
Professor Finn, you're here to oversee this atrocity as well.
I have actually come here to request that it is halted, in fact. I believe the lesson yesterday was more than adequate. I don't believe harming
What makes you believe
our
that,
cadets.
Agent Kaufman?
The mentality of our cadets, their minds. I would rather them not be broken and pulled apart. Especially now. Things around this school have been happening as of late, and I think I would rather have our cadets in the right mind state than being torn apart.
Then would you prefer to answer yourself for the missing items and the otherwise delaying of projects that this has all caused?
If that will make the process easier, by all means, I will take responsibility.
Very well. May I ask what precautions you'll take into retrieving the artifacts?
At this moment in time, I believe I am not allowed to speak further on this information. The headmistress is looking into it as we speak, and I do not speak on her behalf. If you wish to know where that chest is, I would speak with her. But I will be overseeing that this is completed swiftly. Your presence here, mages, I promise will not be necessary for much longer.
I will admit it is a bit unlike me, but Major Grove, I suggest we accept Agent Kaufman's proposition. After all, if he should fail, we might finally be rid of him and have one less problem to deal with.
Yes, we'll take the suggestion. We only really had enough allocated time for a single day. We have things to do back at the CAF after all.
And if you do not hear from me in a week's time, then by
You
all
will be
means you can
hearing
have
from
my
us.
badge. I'm sure.
Might I suggest you announce to the cadets yourselves what is about to transpire?
You mean our departure?
Well, you haven't necessarily made friends here. You don't need to cause any more rifts between the CAF and a partnered school.
I do not believe we need to be acquainted with the cadets. Our stay was very brief, and we came here on a, well, matter that regarded our agent here, not the cadets.
Well then, Vin, so you tell them the good news.
If you wish for me to do so, then I shall.
Right. Baron, it looks like we will have our scheduled planned session earlier than anticipated.
Shouldn't change any of my own readiness. Prepared when you are, sir.
Well then.
Professor,
Do you have anything more you wanted?
Patience and understanding, Majors. I'm sure they'll appreciate this.
And I will appreciate finning, and I will appreciate feeding Agent Kaufman to my hounds should he fail. But we'll see how he does.
Apt punishment for failed promises, I'm sure.
Well then, Major Grove, let's return to the department and go back to our usual business, rather than cleaning up other people's messes.
Yes. Didn't think our very brief stay would result in, well, nothing. The items are not found, the students are still unruly.
Perhaps. But should it lead to the end of Agent Kaufman, I think I would count it as a fine visit. But we'll see how he does.
I know you two had quite the history, with the grievances between each other. But he is very good at what he does. There's enough value in that to at least be kept alive.
He's assigned to a school. How good can he be?
Well, we put him in this position for a reason. I feel like taking a longer route today. Now we can use the teleporters, but perhaps what Professor K said regarding making stronger relations might improve our image.
If nothing else, we aren't necessarily on the clock now.
Let's go this way. They're using the teleporter anyway. I'm sure the department wouldn't mind us being a few minutes late.
They only need to know what we report to them.
Yes, say there's a few complications.
A last look around the outskirts to ensure we didn't miss anything.
Yes. And besides, I'm sure our presence, at least I hope, will keep people in line a little bit. The one from the Red Squad, the white hair and blue skin. I think her name was Arashi. She was quite vocal in front of me regarding the punishment that the other cadets were receiving.
Well, let it be a lesson then. Perhaps it will give her the motivation to reach for a commanding position so that she might change such matters herself.
I doubt it. She was... She believed that the the teachers do not care about the students. She also said that perhaps myself and you were the problem and caused things to become worse with our appearance here.
But at the end of the day, results are what matter. The world is ever in the balance, and it is our job to keep there.
You mentioned about having results, but we have, well, turned up empty-handed. I suppose Agent Kaufman is free from his office arrest. That have to suffice.
We have is our agent once more able to move freely, and the promise that if he does not get results within the week, well, we can always replace him with someone better.
I suppose it is a nice change of scenery, not having to go to the department every day. A very nice beach here, as well as a very luscious environment. Plenty of mountains. Quite scenic, actually.
If it does come to bulldozing the school, perhaps I'll find a bit of property out here.
A summer home. You're right.
Precisely. A nice place to take the hounds.
How are they, by the way? Do you still have the three?
Yes, trustworthy and obedient as always, and helping keep the others in line.
Didn't you name them after the three heads of Cerberus?
I did. They proved worthy of those names every day.
Well then, let us be off.
Indeed.
Wow.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, very brief. When Chip said to apologize or do whatever they said in front of the students, I was like, wait, what did you want us to say? We weren't talking about this.
I immediately looked at you. Yeah, I immediately looked at you because Gideon has already established that you're the personable one between the two of us.
Thankfully, I managed to find another way to worm away and say, well, we're not here to make relationships with the cadets. We're only here for business with our agent. So that allowed us to not be in front of the students and be like, hey, yeah.
I mean, if ever we had to, and if you hadn't, had anything to step forward and say, I'd probably been like, congratulations, cadets. It seems that your teacher, Mr. Finn Kaufman, has decided to take responsibility upon himself. You are all free of any suspicions and punishments, and it will now be him who we are focusing our attentions on. We'll also be making our departure so as to inform our superiors of this development.
Although we weren't told of the specific information, which was the faculty is at fault and that the chest is empty. We were never presented with an empty chest.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, that happened off-scene, then, you know.
Well, to be fair, as I said, like before this all started, if we had been informed of the faculty, it would have been a much bigger issue. Our agent deciding to take responsibility for the fuck-up on himself, though, is another matter completely, and that's... Alright, you want to be responsible? You can be responsible. We'll see how you do.
Yep. If you fail, then
Just
heads on
know
the
that
chopping
bad
block.
things are in store if you fuck up. Yep.
Oh, what to do now, though?
That is a fine question, and not one I have an answer to.
I think I was planning to go to VCAP with a few people.
Fair enough. I'm probably going to get out of VR because I was helping out with an RP event before this too, and it's very warm out.
Is that Aether?
No, just a buddy of mine runs little events here and there for people he likes when they ask. But that also means that he needs actors, and I'm one of his friends who's very good at that. So if I have time, he'll ask me if I can come help out, and I did. Because it was right before this. And ended up going on literally until like 7:28, which is to say 2 minutes before this started.
Well, thank you for appearing.
Oh, worked out.
It was a bit of more support.
Yep, you too.
Anyway, I should probably hop off. See you next time, Respawn. Whatever it may be. Maybe Wednesday, considering it's end times, maybe. Don't know.
Maybe. We'll see. I'm actually gonna go check on my buddy and such, see if their event's still running.
Yeah. Have fun.
Take care. Yep.
Apologies, chat. I will now read the messages. Yeah, I suppose the gains, but it's just like it aches so much. Who cares? It'll be in and out real quick. Yep. Hoping to say you and Respawn are doing amazing. 10 out of 10. Love you, CDF bastards. Now I hop away. I know you probably won't hear this, but thank you very much. Harp is a harp. Oh, harp is a harp. It does sound good. This result kind of makes sense, not gonna lie. Why do you have to apologize for someone's attempt at treason? Yeah, fuck Finn. Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, NS, if you'd like to get on, so we can do VCAT stuff. I'd appreciate it. But for the time being, thank you everyone who stopped by to watch this very, very brief segment. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again, Visha, for the Amazon Prime sub, or Twitch Prime sub. Appreciate it greatly, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye bye.